What do you think?
I understand what my mission is to continue that energy. And so if this is giving me breath, and I can't waste my breath saying, oh, me, I. You know what I mean? This is what I want and this is what I need. And of course, it's harder said than done because I still do it. But to be able to see that took me 30 years. You know, it took me a lot of hardship, but I was always searching.
So that attitude impacts your music in what way?
I think now I'm less attached to doing things the way that I want to do them. I don't view people as enemies. I don't view entities as enemies. Like I say, well, the industry, because the way they want to do things, they don't care about the artists, and they don't want to do all these things, and so I want to be free and do all these things. And I'm like, well, what if I can go into the space and impact somebody's life? I said I feel free within myself. Because I choose to go into that space, and I said, there's everything I do, whether even it's in my own process, even with what I want to do, it's just like there's things I like about it and there's things I don't like about it. And there's always a price, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I feel like, you know, at that point, what is the purpose of what I'm doing? And like I said, I can go in here and actually make a difference.
With your music.
Yeah. And I said, my music's not just for me and to
try to make it
right.
Climb. Yeah. So you're trying to impact people for the better with your music, because I think there's a lot of music out there that doesn't have good motivation behind it. Do you think that is an issue in the music industry where people are putting kind of malintent behind their music to try to push it out to impact the masses negatively?
I don't see it that way.
Okay.
I think that might be what the end result is, but I don't think that malintent is intentional. And so, you know, a lot of people in the industry will tell you they hate the music that's spewed out, especially things that push violence or and you
It's
know,
not good.
It's not good for the ears, and I think we all can agree with that. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, they still have to push it because it's like if this is what's selling, you know, it's like I have to be able to keep my job. I have to be able to keep these people on my payroll because if we don't bring this money in, then all of these people are going to not have jobs. And that's where I started to think about that part was like, it sucks in that way. And it's like, okay, it's like your morality may be doing this, like maybe telling you this, and you may hold these truths to yourself. But when you're walking into an industry that has, in order to make money, has you doing the antithesis of that, there's a price that happens over time. You know, it happens with life. You know, with life comes death, and life is about balance, and that's what the balance looks like. So you have to be able to, everything has a good thing and a bad thing to it. You know, every lesson, every elevation, every hardship has a bad thing to it and a good thing to it. Or you don't even have to look at it that way. It just could be things that are hard for you and things that are easy for you and things that are enjoyable for you and not so enjoyable. And so I look at life through that lens, through that Libra scale, through everything that I do.
So you look for balance between, say, pain and pleasure.
Exactly.
Instead of just too much pleasure or too much pain, you're trying to find the happy medium.
Exactly.
That's kind of where, I mean, the medium is where the beauty of life is, kind of in everything. So to your point, I think balance is a good philosophy, if you will, to look to utilize in all activities.
That's a hard thing to walk, you know, and so I
feel like people get rewarded when they do walk that line, though. Like it might not be the easiest or the quickest path to success, but if you stay true to that and you listen to that voice in you and you feel that feeling like I shouldn't do that, and you don't, I feel like things work out better.
well, I mean, it took me 30 years to get to this point. You know, a lot of people, I wanted fame so bad at like 20, 22, 23. Me now, I understand that it's more of a byproduct than what I want. What I want now is peace and a life of fulfillment. You know, what my success means to me now it's radically different than what it was when I was younger.
What does fulfillment mean to you now and success?
I think success for me is agency of time. Fulfillment is knowing that I've done everything I could with my time.
Damn, that's profound.
Yeah.
I agree.
And really that's all we can do in life. I think there's really no making it, because we all have to meet the maker one day. And so it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, during this time, like, what do I do? It's like, I don't want to sit on my ass.
Yeah.
I don't want to get $1 billion and be like, okay, I get to retire at 30. I didn't
Right.
come here to retire. I came here to work. I came here to live. You can't just live just sitting down and doing nothing.
Right.
There's times for that. There's
Earn
a
it,
time
though.
for it.
You earn it.
Yeah, you earn it.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's and I don't even know where the desire comes from. Really, it's just what I feel, and I think, like, I get to experience this life. I think it's more like I'm on a ride, and I get to have choices on that ride. I get to choose where I get to go and what I want to see. I don't know why I want to make those choices, but I know that I'm down for the ride and I want to enjoy it.
Tell me what life looked like in that period between finding out you're going to play Tiny Desk and then playing Tiny Desk.
So I got the announcement on May 8th of this year that I won the Tiny Desk. On the last year's date, on the same day, I got into a total loss car accident with a brand new car that I bought 2 months earlier. And I was using this car to pay my bills because I was doing Uber at the time. When I got into this car accident, and I was just at an intersection in Natomas, and the person wasn't looking, and they didn't even approach the stop sign, and I had the right of way, and they T-boned my car. It was a really hard hit. Airbags deployed on the passenger side.
Did you get hurt?
No, I was very flustered though.
Yeah.
So it was just an intense moment in that way. People checked to see if I was okay. But the driver attempted to run off, tried to hit and run. And then there was a person in the neighborhood who I'm grateful for that made sure they followed him.
Oh, wow. Not just got his plate, but actually, like, chased him down.
Yeah, got her plates. And it's just like, she came back.
So what are you thinking? Like, okay, lost my side hustle income. Everything else is hit and miss.